What's up, nerds? My name is True DeMille, and this is how to play Sugarpow, Dice Battle Royale. Sugarpow is a game for 2 to 5 players that plays in about 15 to 40 minutes and is recommended for ages 10 and up. It's a fast-paced, candy-themed battle royale where you'll draft fighters, roll dice, and knock out your opponents in an attempt to be the last man or candy standing. This prototype game was sent to me by Fancymelon Games for the purpose of this how to play video. So please note that some elements and components in this game are definitely subject to change. In Sugarpow, there are 33 unique fighter cards that each represent a different candy fighter, complete with their own candy type, health values, special abilities, and point values. These fighters are the heart of your team, and knowing when to unleash their abilities will be key to your success. We have 5 power cards, 1 per player, that offer powerful effects like restoring health, dealing extra damage, or even altering the rules temporarily. You may only use 1 power on the card per game, so use them wisely, as they may turn the tide of battle in your favor. Each player also receives a pair of fight dice that are rolled to determine whether or not your candy fighter lands a hit or can activate its special ability, along with health dice that represent each of your unique fighter's health. As you take damage, you'll remove these from your playmat and add them to your dice pool. Roll a penalty on any one of these dice, and you'll miss your attack completely that round, unless your fighter's ability says otherwise. These hard candy, soft candy, and chocolate candy special dice come into play when your first fighter is KO'd. Then we have player mats to help you organize your fighters, and dice trays, which will be a Kickstarter stretch goal, keeping the battlefield neat and ready for action. To set up the game, give each player a player mat, their corresponding dice tray if available, 2 fight dice, 5 health dice, and 1 power card. Shuffle the 33 unique fighter cards and deal 4 to each player. Players will then draft their fighters by selecting 1 card and passing the rest to the left until each player has 4 fighters. Choose 3 of these 4 fighters to form your team. The remaining unchosen fighters from each player are shuffled together to form a pool, which is set aside face down. This pool will be used for the last man standing bonus at the end of the game. In the roll phase, players roll their fight dice simultaneously. If your dice total matches your fighter's hit condition, you can attack another player by grabbing a health die from their playmat and placing it in their roll zone. Keep in mind, each fighter can only be hit once per round, so speed is essential. You want to be the first to grab that last health die and secure the knockout. Rolling a penalty from a health die in your roll zone will result in a missed attack unless your fighter's ability states otherwise. Next is the fight phase. During the fight phase, fighters may activate their special abilities if conditions for that ability have been met. Some fighters have a pause effect, allowing you to pause the game by shouting "pause" and resolve the effect before resuming play. After all attacks have been resolved, we move to the cleanup phase. Here you can play your power card, which provides strategic advantages like restoring health or dealing extra damage. If you forget to use your power card during the round, don't worry. Last Blast triggers when all your fighters are knocked out, allowing you 1 final attack before being eliminated. Keep in mind that Last Blast cannot be used if you're the second to last man standing, so be sure to keep an eye on that power card. When a player's first fighter is knocked out, they can claim a special die matching their fighter's candy type. Hard candy, soft candy, and chocolate special dice are highly sought after because they greatly increase the odds of activating your fighter's abilities. For instance, the hard candy die contains only 4s, 5s, and 6s, making those hard-to-roll hit requirements much easier. In an example round of play, Player 1's current fighter is Pain au Chocolat, currently at 3 health. Player 2's Sour Grenade has 2 health, and Player 3's Candy Sheepherd has 3 health. All players would roll their fight dice simultaneously. In this example, Player 3 rolls a hit with Candy Sheepherd and damages Sour Grenade for 1 by taking 1 of their health dice and moving it to their dice pool. Then, Candy Sheepherd's ability activates since 2 1s were rolled. They shout "pause" and tell all opponents to lose 1 health die. Sour Grenade is then knocked out since he has no remaining health, and Pain au Chocolat loses 1 health, leaving it with 2 health dice remaining. Player 2 had rolled a hit with Sour Grenade, and even though Sour Grenade was knocked out this round, it deals 1 damage to Pain au Chocolat, leaving it at 1 health. Fighters are only truly knocked out and removed from the board once we hit the cleanup phase. Now, Player 1 had rolled a penalty on 1 of their health dice, which means Pain au Chocolat misses its attack entirely. During the cleanup phase, Sour Grenade's ability triggers, dealing 2 damage to all remaining fighters. This knocks out Pain au Chocolat, and players 1 and 2 are then eligible to claim their special dice, with player 1 taking their matching chocolate die and player 2 taking the hard candy die. After all fighters have battled and only 1 remains, players tally up their points. Each knocked out fighter gives you points corresponding to the number in the star on the card, and the last player standing earns a bonus by drawing a card at random from the pool of unchosen fighters that we set aside at the beginning of the game. The points on this card, along with those from their own last standing fighter, are added to their final score, which is a huge bonus and could be the difference between victory and defeat. And that's how you play Sugarpow Dice Battle Royale. With its fast-paced action, strategic drafting, and thrilling dice rolls, Sugarpow offers a sweet mix of strategy and fun that's sure to spice up your game nights. Grab your friends, draft your team, and get ready for a sugar-fueled showdown. My name is True DeMille, thank you for watching, and enjoy your next game of Sugarpow Dice Battle Royale.